Yeah. Happy to be here. So,
Be careful, don't trip. Don't trip.
I read all of it online. I was just trying to see.
I went ahead and gave you a hard copy. I wasn't sure. I thought you said that you were going to try to start looking at it.
I was good. I read it online and everything.
Very good. Very good. What's it?
about what?
When I said
Who's going to tell you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you didn't,
All right.
Boards and commissions.
We ready? Good evening, everyone. We are now calling this city council meeting on the 14th of July open at 6 p.m. And gonna do roll call.
Houston Marchman, District 2.
Nicole Schreiner, District 3.
Tobin Ship, District 4.
Valerie Solis, District 5.
Sheena Martinez, District 1, Mayor Pro Tem. Please stand with me and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
All right. Please bow your head. All right, please bow your head. Lord, please keep everybody safe tonight. Guide our hands and our decisions for the betterment of the citizens and the town. Thank you for the rain, but keep us safe. Make sure nobody gets any further harm than that's already happened. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up citizens' comments.
Can I make a motion?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that if we are not finished by 8 o'clock, that we adjourn this meeting so everybody can get home in the daylight if there's inclement weather.
All right.
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now on to citizens' comments. City of Castroville, City Council will hear comments from any citizen or visitor. Speakers must address their comments to the presiding officer rather than individual council members or staff. Stand at the podium, speak clearly into the microphone, and state your name, residential address before speaking. Speakers will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes for testimony. In accordance with the State Open Meetings Act, the City Council is restricted from discussing or taking action on items not listed on the agenda. Action can only be taken at a future meeting. So is there anybody who wants to come forward for citizens' comments?
Arnie DeLacy, 109 River Bluff. I just want to thank all the sponsors, the citizens, and the participants of the July 4th parade, the concert. Everything turned out to be super from any comments I've heard from anybody. They thought it was some of the best music and everything, and the weather cooperated. So just thank everybody and have a good, safe rest of the year.
Thank you. All right.
Hello, Suzanne Lee, 1314 Gentile Street. And I am here to basically apply to be on the library board, and I'd like to speak earlier because my daughters are visiting from Tennessee and I would like to get home to them.
Yes, ma'am.
So I do have an application in for library board. I've been a resident of Medina Valley Castroville for 26 years. I have worked as a teacher at the high school, then the middle school for 26 years, okay? I now serve on the Medina Valley ISD School Board. I'm very much into libraries. I'm an avid reader, and I would love to work with the programs that the library is offering.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
My name is Robert Lee at 1314 Gentiles. You've met the better three quarters. My wife, and again, I'm sorry, because the daughters are here, they're leaving early, so we'd ask your indulgence for that. I have applied for the Airport Advisory Board. I've got about 10 years on the board previously, 2 terms, and a few years on council dealing with them, so I'm fairly familiar with those folks. I want to make a couple of comments about your ordinance you're looking to pass tonight. It says in the ordinance, Section 1, any person shall be a resident, property owner, or utility customer. Shall is legally binding. Okay, there was no mention made in there about previously serving. Your next one says council seeks. Seeks and shall do not get along with one another, okay? And so I think what you're saying is the city seeks to have a majority of the advisory board members be residents of the city, own property, or be utility customers. However, council may adjust membership requirements to ensure full functioning boards. I think that's what your intent is, and adjust it as you will. But as it reads right now, it doesn't allow that, okay? Shall is shall. And since I was the library board liaison, my wife is looking at that board now. You will not have a quorum. You will not have enough people that meet these requirements to serve on that board. And that would not be good. When it comes to the applications, you might consider having something on there. Do you meet requirement 1, 2, or 3, own property, be a resident, pay utilities on the application, so you could take a look. At the airport, a lot of hangars have utilities. They pay a utility bill. Some do not. Yet they are renting from the city, just like an apartment dweller would rent property to live in the city. But being a resident is not the same as your plane's a resident. I don't think that counts. So, or you might have a multi people in one large hangar. One pays a utility bill. He could be on the airport board, but the rest of them don't because they don't pay utilities. So you might want to give some thought to that. I know you're looking at, like Mr. Lang, who lives at the end of the runway. He would no longer qualify to serve on the airport board because I know he doesn't have an airplane. He doesn't own property there or pay utility bill. I know you're looking at, you've put out a thing for a full-time airport manager. I would like for you to give considerable thought to exactly what it is you're looking for this position to do, that it justifies that kind of thing. We've had a number of cases in the past where there wasn't enough for the person to do, and we gave them other functions in the city, which they did quite well. But once you've spent the money, you've spent the money. And so you need to make sure you're, in fact, employing them to get exactly the kind of return you need on the investment. Thank you very much, and thank you for serving.
Anyone else?
Right. Hi, everyone. My name is Donnie DeC, and I own A to Z Graphics located at 407 Paris Street. First, I want to thank you all for hearing my concerns about the current organizers of Fiorella Friday last week as well as now. Last week, after several of us left City Hall, one of the organizers approached the group of us. I would love to be able to say that the conversation went well. Unfortunately, that's not the case. What did happen was another display of complete disrespect and lack of integrity. This person was rude to local brick and mortar business owners and downright demeaning towards vendors. The same vendors that come out for Fiorella Friday and are a massive reason that the event has become such a success. Needless to say, the whole thing definitely ended badly and has only put the future of Fiorella Friday further into question. These incidents have already driven away some amazing people that have become a positive part of our community, and I feel that will continue to happen if there isn't some kind of change made. After now the 2 displays of horrible behavior towards people in our community by the organizers of the event, I do feel it pertinent that the city no longer subsidizes the event if the current organizers are to stay. This event should have been left not to one person. It needed and continues to need to have a committee or a board to make decisions and run the event. One that will have transparency about how it operates and much better representation of morals and respect towards others, where a variety of business owners and the city can come together so that we all have success in the end. Lastly, I do want to apologize to all of the wonderful friends and business owners that have been spoken to on such a disrespectful level and treated as if they didn't matter. I, and I know several others, are nothing but grateful for all you have done to put in to make Fiorello Friday more than just an event. Businesses, like people, come in all colors, shapes, and sizes. Whether you're in a building, a barn, under a tent, or at a table with a dream, you matter. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? No? All right. We're going to move on to the consent agenda. So under the consent agenda, we have the meeting minutes for the special called meeting on the 23rd of June, the regular called meeting on the 23rd of June, the strategic planning work session on the 24th of June, the strategic planning work session on the 25th of June, and the special called meeting on the 25th of June. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Approved.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna do some moving around here first, because with all the weather and everything, we want to make sure that we get stuff taken care of. We're going to move the discussion and take appropriate action on City of Castroville managing the monthly Fiorello Friday event to the next item. So,
I'll make a motion.
okay,
Just let me start that way, if that's all right.
okay.
So the recommended motion for the city council to consider Fiorello Friday as a city-sponsored event and to direct staff to work with individuals and groups associated with the event to develop policies and procedures to be managed by the city for this event.
There's
I'll
a
second.
Okay. All right, we're opening up for discussion. Now, I do have two people that have turned in, wanting to speak during this. First one, we're going to be Donetta C.
She already spelled Donnie.
All right, okay. I'm just making sure. And then we have Kyle McVeigh. You want to hand this?
Kyle McVeigh, 307 Madrid, Castroville. Just to give you a little history of Fiorello, and I'll wait till everybody's tuned in, okay, that it started years back as just three people started it. Gary Carter, Todd Albros, and myself. And it was just, the city had nothing really to do with it other than they went along with it, thought it was a good idea. The whole idea of the program was simply to bring people into Castroville for a Friday night and have some fun, socialize, and all of that. We had to beg for vendors because that was part of my job, was looking for vendors. And no money was charged at all. It was just simply, please come, help support this. It's a good time for people in the neighborhood to get together. Well, it did. It was really, really good. Gary and Todd paid for the bands. They had bands at different spots and they paid for them. My whole thing is now is that it's a great program, but I don't think the city per se should have to involve staff to run it or do anything like that. Appoint a group of people. And yes, you don't need just one, you need several to run the function, report back to the city, but let them handle it. When you get vendors, don't charge them. Why charge them $40 or a fee, period? These people, when they come, they go for all the expense of putting it together, having their product and all. Sometimes you sell, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have a good crowd, sometimes you don't. So don't limit it to people just because you have to put $40 down. And besides, if the person that is currently in charge of it has been charging, what is she doing with the money? Where is it going? Who's using that money for what? Why does she have to come to the city and ask for more money? The city has always supported it. They put out barriers for it. They put out extra trash cans. That's it. And that's all it needs to be. But please do consider, like I said, I don't think the city should actually run it. There should be a group that is accountable to the city. They should have everything transparent, open, and the whole bit. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you if I can. After I got out of it, it was sort of a lull there, and then I don't know who was running it after that. But we never had somebody saying, oh, they're in charge. It was just like, oh, let's get together, let's do this. So does anybody have any questions? I'd be happy to answer them. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So my question would be, when you talk about potentially appointing a group of people, would that be, I'm just kind of spitballing this, would that include a representation from brick and mortar, a representation from vendor, a representation from someone who lives in the area? What kind of representation were you thinking would be most appropriate?
I didn't, Nicole.
Okay.
No, I hadn't thought that part through, because I thought it doesn't have to be certain people. Just, you don't have to own a business to do that. I think it should be one of the vendors, a vendor that's been coming. And as Ms. Lee said, that this has been going on for about 15 years or more. So it's nothing new. So you've had some vendors that have been there all the time. And yes, I think they should definitely have a representation. But I wouldn't have any more than 3 people. If you have any more than that, you have issues. Did you have anything else, Ms. Schreiner?
Not at this moment.
Okay.
You got anything?
I mean,
You got anything? I mean, Fiorella Friday is an awesome event. It brings
Yep.
people out. You get to socialize with neighbors, with new people that are visiting. It's a wonderful thing for Castroville. It really is. Even during the heat of summer or the cold of winter, but it's a really wonderful thing. And I don't want this to get
Mugged up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd like to say something.
Yes, ma'am.
So I want to say thank you to all the vendors and the brick and mortar folks that have spoken last week and,
Yes.
and today. I know it's not easy, and I see the passion and the investment into making sure that this event is continues. For me, I think the city taking a leadership role is something that I think would be best, as the operational details have not been fleshed out as of yet. We don't know exactly what that looks like. I do concur with the city taking a full leadership and sponsorship role of Fiorella Friday.
What kind of financial do we provide right now?
I know we provide trash service, put up barricades. Some of our park staff, Fourth Streets Department, kind of maintaining some of the picking up the trash and so
Right.
forth.
Mhm.
So as far as dollar amount, I don't have that with me, but I know that they do put in their time,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
and they have been for a good while, and we're happy to do that. So.
And I know you said you were talking with TML, waiting on TML regarding insurance and stuff.
Yes, they will have to, and I had to explain to them what it was. It was outside vendors coming in.
Right.
On city property and up and down the streets. And she's supposed to get back with me because I don't know what the financial cost will be for the city. I do know she said the vendors will have to provide insurance and make the city as the insured, I guess. But she has not got back to me on how much they will have to provide as far as the amount.
Okay.
But we'll have more details,
right.
coming.
And I think this whole thing is not about getting in the detail. It's just about
Yeah, no, just
Right.
getting the ball rolling,
Right.
but making sure it's done right to where we're not chasing off our hardworking vendors
Correct.
and our brick and mortar and everything, and keeping this wonderful event moving
Correct.
forward. And it's a welcoming event. You guys should never go through what you guys have been going through, and it reflects badly on the city as well.
Yes.
And we don't want that. We love Fiorella Friday. We love our vendors. We love our brick and mortar. We're here to support it. Dan, what do you recommend as far as our next way forward?
We gotta vote.
Are you going to try to approve it tonight?
No.
The city to take over?
Well,
Yes, by that.
That's what you meant?
yeah.
I mean, what are we wanting to do tonight?
Can we do the motion before we have any paperwork or any written policy or anything yet?
I would probably direct staff to go and figure out how the city needs to handle this first.
Okay.
And then let's bring it back in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And then at least you have something in writing. Okay, this is what we are going to do. This is what we're not going to do.
And that way we'll have our answer from TML
Yes.
and everything. Because I want to make sure we do this right.
And we,
Because we owe that to the vendors, we owe it to the brick and mortar, we owe it to the citizens to make sure we do it right.
yes. So I would recommend that you basically say, hey, staff, go fetch, figure this out, and then let us figure out how you need to go about doing it and what this is going to entail.
Okay.
If that's the path we take, I think there's the inherent risk that August 1st will not, or the first Friday in August will not
Agreed.
happen.
I agree.
So if council is directing that, I think it's just inferred to the audience here that it may not
Happen
in August. So
if we go that way.
if we go that way.
way.
Right.
Okay.
And that was why we were trying to go this way, because then we could at least hopefully have an event on August 7th.
Okay, so let's talk. What is the city going to do? How we can put it in a form of a motion, and then we can work on the paperwork on it.
There's a lot of detail that, like the entrances and how do we stop vendors from coming around it after 6 o'clock, which has been a problem. And how do we execute and get in touch with these folks, or do we number the spaces? There's a lot of unglamorous detail.
May I? So I think that all of the nitty gritty makes a lot of sense. That absolutely needs to be dealt with. To my mind, it makes a lot of sense of first making a decision or doing a comparison in between whether or not it is a community board representation in which, for example, you've got a brick and mortar, you've got a vendor, you've got an accountant, you've got someone who does residency, someone who can flesh out some of those questions based on the experience that they have. And then having that kind of be filtered through the city, in which the city has its own weigh in for what the security issues are, what the street closures need to be. But I think making that decision, or at least acknowledging that we need to make a decision about who's going to have leadership and who can start working on that now. Because I think
Yes, I agree.
based on looking out here, I
Yeah.
feel like there are people who are ready to go and have the skills to do so.
Yeah, the city has,
And so, but the city is going to be playing considerable catch up. So if we want to do something by August the 1st and then
Seventh.
potentially
Yeah.
allow for there to be an adjustment,
Yeah.
in a month or two, maybe that would be an option to consider.
I'm going to talk about Jonah here. You thought about actually putting Jonah in charge?
Oh, no.
Having him do more work.
Oh,
Jonah's my favorite person. I will highly.
well,
We have a community center that's coming up, right?
I mean,
That's a
have you
big
thought
thing.
about, if the council needs a liaison, your parks and rec guys over there.
oh, but
I guess that's something.
sorry, Jonah.
Yeah, that's something we need to
But-
discuss
and
as a
that makes
city
a lot of
mayor,
sense.
just to find out who or the council feels that, hey, from the city's perspective, who's going to be part of that.
Who's the belly button that's out there all the time?
Exactly. Yeah.
But as far as who's ready
Jonah.
to go right now,
Well, no, but Jonah's out there all the time.
He's out there all the time, and that's what I'm saying.
And this could, even be as a temporary thing until we get all that vetted.
Correct.
But that way we get something temporary in place. That way we don't negatively impact the livelihoods
Yes,
of the vendors and the brick and mortar.
because he puts these things on quite regularly
Correct.
for the city, for everything. And so,
And it'd only be a temporary thing, Jonah, until we get everything flushed out. You may become the golden, but no, just
yeah, I mean,
because
that's my recommendation.
Okay.
If you're afraid that we won't be able to get it done, and then the first Friday in August will be missed, then we need to probably, okay, John, you take it and roll with it, and then you report back to us. Make sure that first the Bureau
am I allowed to,
Amend the motion.
well, no, hold on. If there's anybody out in the audience from the vendors and the brick and mortar businesses and that would like to step up and assist Jonah. Okay, so yeah, get with Jonah. Thank you. Bless you all. That way you can help Jonah out to make sure we don't skip a beat and you guys are not negatively impacted.
I almost feel as though this needs to be a sidebar conversation because now we're at
Yeah, we're getting into
I'm
details.
just seeing if that's allowed.
Over.
Question.
That could be,
Yeah.
Your motion needs to say, amend the motion, Councilman, if you will, basically for the time being, at least for the next 4 weeks, that Jonah oversees Fiorella Fridays.
Okay.
That he put it together, and that he worked with constituents and stakeholders and whoever else, vendors that want to come forward.
Okay.
Because he can do it.
Yeah, I know he
But-
can.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Before y'all do this. And I'll ask the attorney, would they need to say tonight whether or not we're charging? Because then you're going to have to find someone that's going to take the money. If they've been charged and we're not going to, there's several things that he can put it together and run it. But then we have to figure out if we're supposed to be charging these.
So these are these operational details that
Yeah.
I think that should have been
Again,
fleshed out
agreed.
after council, whether agrees or disagrees,
Right.
whether or not we're taking
Right.
over. So I thought that's what we're discussing
Exactly.
Sorry.
today.
It's just 2 weeks. And so it's kind of like, well, we've got to kind
But for
of
the
figure
time
out.
being, you could say, just to have it happen in August,
Right.
then we'll figure that out. That's,
Well,
Not
they charge right now, correct?
Correct.
well, then they need to
Didn't know.
continue charging.
They could continue charging, but it would go to
Who takes the money?
Parks and,
Uh-uh.
no.
or
It
how
would
the,
come through here if we end up doing this at
Okay.
City Hall.
okay.
And also possibly to alleviate some of the hardships and some of the experiences that the vendors and businesses have had. Maybe perhaps that until something is more formalized and we can work out the nuts and bolts, maybe perhaps for the month of August, we can take a pass on collecting those fees, then having to track it and the rest of it.
That would be decided after.
Yeah, so I'm putting that out there as an
Yeah.
option,
Y'all are free to do
as an
that.
option.
Just put in the form of a motion. Tell
Okay.
Jonah to go fetch.
Okay, so I'm going to read it over, Deborah.
Okay.
So, and hopefully I'm going to wing this. So here
Okay.
we go. Motion for the city council to consider Fiorella Friday as a city-sponsored event and to direct staff to work with individuals and groups associated with the event to develop policies and procedures to be managed by the city for that event, to include and appoint Jonah, Department Head of Parks and Rec, to facilitate and lead the initial design of Fiorella Friday.
Yeah, and that's what it needs to be. Not just.
Yeah.
And that covers,
And like I say, that I would just give him authority to figure out what needs to be done and how it needs to be
okay. Would you amend your second?
I'll amend my second, yes.
Okay. Any other discussion?
I just have one thing to say. Jonah, Leroy, can we expect a rough draft of some sort to review?
Sure. I think we'll all have Jonah work with the individuals. We'll have a meeting. I'll be in that meeting as well and kind of come up with the game plan and report back to y'all.
Yeah, I'd like to just see something,
Yeah.
what we get put together and how we're going to execute it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right.
We want to
And I-
set everybody up for
Yeah,
success.
one thing. And Jonah, I'm glad you're here. At least you heard it first.
Yeah.
But I will offer anything I can do with admin, anything between here and there. Personally, I help you. Just tell me what to do. Okay.
Okay.
So just so I understand, I will work with vendors brick and mortar. We're gonna have an August 7th Fiorella Friday. We will charge, or we are not going to charge.
We're going to
We
wait
don't know.
for the first
We're
one.
not going to do the detail right here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna iron out that detail
Correct.
between now and August 7th.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Or
the
tomorrow.
first one in September, because that's only 2 weeks, it's only a couple of weeks away, so I don't know if.
Okay, because that's where I guess that's where I'm a little hung up. Are we having one in August?
We are.
There's grace in August. There will be a fee structure for September.
Yes.
There will be a decision about a fee structure.
Yeah.
September is my understanding.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not
But
charging.
ultimately, you're the boss, so.
And that's where you'll get all.
That's your call.
That's where you're going to be building all the policy and everything with
Okay.
your team there.
So
You're gonna do basically.
what I
Yeah.
yes, what I will do,
Correct.
You're just kind of, you're in for now.
Yes.
what I'll do, and then let me know if council would like different. What I'll do between now and the end of the week, I'm going to try to get contacts with vendors, brick and mortar. Me and Leroy will work together on trying to get a very, very, very rough draft, map out where vendors are usually at, what costs are associated with that, and try to match to continue.
Correct.
And if there is some areas that we're a little hesitant on or on the fence, i.e. pricing or something like that, we will maybe not charge something in August and then pick it back up in September.
Okay.
But ultimately, you answered Leroy. So
Absolutely.
You know, just
Cool.
yeah, just handle.
Okay,
Okay.
that'll work for me.
All right. So,
Can we vote?
hold on.
I disagree with this, to be honest with you. To put Jonah on the spot during this forum is probably not the best approach. Those details should be discussed in a session with the city administrator, the interim city administrator.
Yeah.
And then not to mention now we're having a city employee coordinate with not only vendors, but brick and mortar on both sides of the streets where there's already consternation. So he's already going to get beat up by several. So I know there's a motion and a second. So, I mean, I guess if there's no other discussion, I guess we just put it to a vote.
Well, Leroy's going to be with Jonah on this stuff.
And Leroy's your form of contact.
Correct.
He's just going to have Jonah do this.
He's going to have him do the footwork.
Yeah, they're going to meet before he goes and talks to everybody. They're going to get together a game plan and go from there.
All right. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
It passes. All right. Thank you all.
I'm sorry, did you vote?
Yeah, I said
You're
yay.
supposed to vote.
Oh, yeah, I said
Okay,
yay.
no problem.
All right. All right, so now we're on to the city administrator report. Leroy.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So y'all have a copy of my report. There were some follow-up questions from a couple of council members that I did respond back to this afternoon, and I emailed to y'all. So do you have any questions on anything on the report? I do want to bring something to your attention, though. The Under the Streets maintenance projects, the HA5 program, that's been completed, and we're going to go there. But remember, this contract came in. We had budgeted $400,000, which y'all approved. But the contract came in at $414,000. So it was over by like $14,000. And so just to solidify the entire project cost, I'm asking for a motion to approve that additional $14,000 just to make it good to go. We're still under budget in the overall streets and maintenance budget, so we're good there. But I'm asking for that motion to be on record that, hey, we did go over, so I'm asking for the permission for that, even though it's after the fact. So
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a motion?
It's not after the fact.
Okay, so we have a motion to okay the additional 14,000.
Is there action on this?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
So we are going to make a motion to
Approve the additional.
approve the additional $14,000.
Okay,
I'll second it.
all right. Any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
I'm sorry, I have one question on that. I apologize. Dan,
Can we do that?
Dan. The reason
We
why,
can? Okay.
I just want to make sure because it wasn't listed out.
Well, I know.
And I understand we can
Yeah.
make motions and stuff, but I just want to make sure it wasn't listed
Oh,
out.
I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
Okay, okay.
Because that is an emergency.
Yes, sir.
It's extended circumstances. That's my opinion.
Yes, sir.
So we need to go and do it.
Yes, sir.
That's
All right.
what we get away.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Leroy?
Oh, for the city administrator report?
Yes.
Jonah, you're in the hot seat. I just want clarity on the warranty issue with the splash pad at Lions Park. So the written responses today appear to reflect two different understandings. The mayor notes that council was previously informed that there was no warranty for the splash pad. The repair costs would fall to the city. Staff's response is that the Advanced Aquatics is completing warranty repair. So
Can you
There's,
can you
yes.
flesh that out?
Yes, so the warranty work that Advanced Aquatics is gonna do is specifically for any of the plumbing. So that's why a majority, I mean, compared to the cement that we're gonna have to put back in there, a flowable fill, once that plumbing is done, it's a small amount. So that is what they are covering, is the plumbing that they did initially.
Okay.
That is the warranty that they're covering.
Completion date on that.
We're shooting for the end of the month.
Okay. What's the holdup with defining a?
So a lot of it just has to do with the weather that we've had.
Okay.
We did have also July 4th, so event prep, and then also catch up from the week after. The plan is to hopefully get the rest of that west side of the splash pad demoed out and make sure that we inspect those pipes there, get the plumber in there early next week, and then backfill. That's the hope.
So end of the month.
That is the hope, yes.
We're going to hold that as a hard date. That's been going on for a
For a
while.
couple,
Yeah, a couple of years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll keep you updated weekly.
Okay.
I'll keep you updated.
And I'm not a big fan of that is the hope as an answer, but
Right.
once you flesh out the
For sure.
details, can you get a concrete
sure.
date?
Absolutely, yes. Once we get that exposed, we'll get you a hard date.
Okay,
Thank you, Ms. Lee.
those are the questions I have.
If I may, I know Mayor did request an update on BMA. I don't know if you would like an update
Oh, yeah.
on BMA.
Oh, yeah, because that was
Okay.
yesterday.
So I went to BMA last night. We talked over the original contract that council had approved. I think we met in the middle. I think for me, it was a good meeting point. What they would like is in the original contract, and I'm going to bring this back to council at the next meeting, but on section C, it read, the city shall install 2 gates for entry into the property. BMA agrees to pay for the entire cost of the gates if BMA terminates this agreement before 5 years from the execution date of this agreement. One of their hangups was the reimbursement portion of it. So they were not in favor of that reimbursement portion. However, they are okay with having the initial term be for 5 years. So the recommended change that I've already sent over to Dan would read that this agreement shall take effect upon approval by both parties and shall remain in effect for an initial term of 5 years. Again, I'll bring it back to council for formal approval, but that's if council is okay with that, BMA is amendable to that. Agreed. Yeah. That's it for me.
Anything else? No? Anything, Toby?
Yeah. When can we expect groundbreaking on the pool?
So that was
Showers, I'm sorry.
the shower building. Within a couple of weeks, we were trying to do it this week, but with the rain, that's going to get pushed. So I will definitely get with Leroy and send an updated schedule on that for groundbreaking for the pool shower building.
I'll keep you updated, sir.
So yeah, I guess the biggest thing on the reports, Leroy, is if we could put a date on them.
Okay.
We
Put the date on.
we need to have a date.
Got it.
An action date.
Yeah.
Yep. Taken. Thank you, sir.
Anything else? Anything, Nicole?
I do have a question. On the building of the showers, who is taking care of the plumbing and those issues at the shower building? Is it Advanced Aquatics? Is it a different company?
No, that's through Frontera.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Fantastic. Just making sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And we talked before, but in the pool, we have to get a scuba guy to clean that stuff off the bottom.
Some staff is working on some of that. I think it's in reference to the last Parks Board meeting.
Right.
Yes, yeah. So we've got some scuba gear. We're working on that black algae removal.
And that's you have to send a guy down and scrape, and we're good. You got
Correct.
what
Yes.
you
So
need.
they're working on that. Yes, every week.
That's all.
Any other questions? All right, and then we move on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
All right, now we're on to consider take appropriate action on a resolution approving a financing and reimbursement agreement between City of Castroville, Texas and KF Flat Creek LP for the Castroville East Side PID. Number 2, providing for the development, construction, financing, and reimbursement of authorized public improvements within the district. So we noticed one correction on the very last page, on the schedule, you had on one of the pages, 122, right?
Just the
Yeah.
121.
Yeah, 121, it says the city meets on, had the wrong date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll get that corrected.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, all right, open it up.
Ms. Council, or apologize, Mayor Pro Tem Martinez. We have Mark McCliney, our financial advisor, along with Jack McCliney, as well as someone from our bond counsel, Robbie Clark, here to answer any questions y'all may have regarding this item.
All right. All righty.
Thank you. Mayor and Council, Mark McCliney with Samco Capital Markets. It's always good to be here. So Robbie Clark's on the far right. He's bond counsel. Jack McCliney's with Samco also. We have three representatives, I believe three representatives with the developer. Jeff, I'm not sure your last name. Czar, with the development team. Also Rob Klein, their attorney, and Rick Rosenberg, their advisor. They can address any questions that may come up regarding the project. Today is the first of 4 events that are going to happen in the next 4 council meetings. It's approval of the reimbursement agreement. As you know out there, the construction's begun. You've actually seen it go vertical. They can't sell to their builders and to the end users until a reimbursement agreement is in place. So that's the first step of the legal processes going forward. So that's what we're asking today, is to authorize the reimbursement agreement between the city of Castroville and KF Flats. 2 weeks from now, we will be back. It's the preliminary service and assessment plan that lays out how the assessments will work going forward. Again, just as a reminder, assessments will only be on properties in the development. No other properties within the city will be paying for anything. 2 weeks after that, we'll be here authorizing what's called the Preliminary Limited Offering Memorandum, often called the PLUM. That's the offering document that's used when investors start looking at this. 2 weeks after that, and by the way, I think you all have a calendar like this. 2 weeks after that, which puts us, I believe, September 1st, August 25th, we will actually be here levying an assessment on those properties. We'll consider a bond ordinance that's authorizing the sale of the bonds and executing that indenture and a bond purchase agreement with the purchasers of those bonds. So there's 4 meetings coming up, including this one, that's going to be all tied into this development. So again, today's the first action item, and it's the reimbursement agreement that allows them to start selling the property and being able to move forward.
Okay.
And details on that, if you want more details on the actual document, Robbie Clark's here with bond attorney that drafted it.
And you got Houston, you got any questions?
You want me to make a motion?
Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion. I move to approve the resolution approving the Castroville East Side Public Improvement District Number 2 financing and reimbursement agreement between the City of Castroville, Texas, and KF Flat Creek LP, providing for the construction, financing, and reimbursement of authorized public improvements within the district.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all right, discussion. Houston, you got anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Nicole?
I do not.
I do have one small question.
Okay.
So on page 99, Flat Creek Castroville Property Owners Association will own and maintain the common areas and drainage facilities. What would we be referring to? Drainage facilities.
What
does that refer to?
I'll have to refer to the developer on what exactly they intend by their
Okay.
drainage facilities.
I'm just looking for a definition of drainage facilities.
Yeah. It's
It's a good question. It's all basically the common areas. Within the community, there are some drainage facilities that we have to build for on-site drainage. So green space, anything within that development will be maintained by the homeowners association.
So is this surface drainage that we're talking about?
No,
Subsurface?
not. It can include some of that, but most of it's going to be within the community. There's some floodplain areas that run kind of through the center of it. So all that will be maintained by the development.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So there's no impact on city staff or maintenance and stuff like that.
Okay.
If the project costs more than anticipated, who is responsible for the additional cost?
The developer is responsible for cost overruns. It's not like there's one price tag. There will be a total sum, and then there's a maximum of PID bonds that can be issued. But in short, the answer to your question is the developer.
Okay. And my apologies for the questions. It was very lengthy background information, so I'm just trying to put all the pieces together. At what point does the city take ownership or become responsible for maintaining the improvements?
The city will accept conveyance of the property. And so it depends on the city's timing, the developer's timing, but ultimately, once the city takes ownership, that's when their maintenance obligations will begin.
The agreement references a 2-year maintenance bond. Who tracks those bonds and their expiration dates for each improvement?
That
It would be the city tracking that?
With the assistance of the PID administrator.
Okay, who's the PID administrator?
P3 Works. She's been here before, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, she's been on our teleconference.
Okay. And then I guess my last question is, are there any outstanding issues or concerns from the city attorney, financial advisor, bond counsel that council should know about before approving this? Everything's kosher. Okay.
No, I'll say this is envisioned by the development agreement that's already in place. And as Mark mentioned, this is part of the process.
I don't have any more questions.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It carries. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it.
All right. Drive carefully. All right. On to the next one. Consider take appropriate action on adopting an ordinance amending the membership requirement for airport, library, and parks and recreation advisory boards. AB. So on this, I have the same concern regarding shall. I don't think we should use the word shall or will.
How about may?
May, that way we're not locked in.
Okay, but I've just changed that,
Okay,
and, I just changed it, and then anything else, so the section one is gonna be board may be a resident of the city of Castroville.
okay. Because that way we don't lock in people. Because my concern is like,
You lock somebody out.
well, yeah, because like Mr. Lang that Bob Lee mentioned, he is one of the farmers that owns property near the airport, and we wanted to bring him on because of all the social media yeah, and that's why he's on. And so we don't want to lock out people that want to step up and serve the community, even though their residents may not be in the community. So that's why I was looking at changing that. How do you feel about May?
So, Ms. Deborah, what was agreed upon our last city council meeting with the
Yeah.
terminology?
Thank you.
Because I was under the impression where we were using terms as seek. So
Yes.
may would make sense. But I know previous discussion, So there's some folks that are stating otherwise. So what was agreed upon last city council meeting with that?
Let me look at my minutes. I'm
Okay.
sorry. My understanding was when y'all had the discussion that you did want a majority of the citizens to be on the boards as much as possible, but that it left it open to accommodate others. And you put out there, and I'll look at here, that they would be a property owner, a utility payer,
Right.
to open it up for a resident. Because that
And-
way it helped with people that perhaps were renters.
If I read it right, the whole board does not have to, there's two people can come from outside.
It was
So-
a majority is what.
Right, and the point of using the word shall is, it should be mandatory. Otherwise, why are we doing this? In my opinion.
And that's what I understood. Shells. Or should we say should?
Well-
Should it be a majority?
Oh, you can look at me. I mean, that is truly, that is up to y'all. I just, and this is only a history thing. In the past, we've had problems over the years with certain boards that we could not get someone interested in coming. Point in case was the airport board. When I came here, it probably had not met in probably a good year and a half, because they could not find someone that, and it had that as a resident, could not find someone that was interested enough to be on it. So they couldn't get a quorum. But
But
the
May
library
gives us-
itself, they do have to have an advisory board to keep their accreditation. I know they're having a hard time right now getting members. You have someone on there tonight, but, and various ones at that library board. The school uses them. They have programs for them, and so it's kind of encompasses several areas.
Yeah.
The park used to be a regional park.
Since Mayor Alexander's not here, do you think you want to postpone this? And you just,
Yeah, you want to park this one?
It's up to y'all.
I mean,
Yeah, I
it'll give you time to think about it in a couple weeks.
Well,
Should we have, should, shall?
if I may, we already have, I mean, I went to a board meeting that couldn't meet its quorum because people were concerned about residency requirements. If it's something that we can change in the future, to my mind, it's just a lot more practical to open it up now and then perhaps put some additional restrictions on it in the future. But kind of in the same thing with earlier, the decision that was made related to Fiorella Friday and its importance of getting things moving on and just taking action on it, then it seems in keeping of that same kind of let's move on with, if we have the opportunity to open it up in a way that doesn't harm us in any way, then I don't see the need to postpone it.
What if we change May to should be a resident of the city of Castroville?
That doesn't lock us in.
That doesn't lock us in. But it
Well,
does lean toward.
I mean, it opens it up. I mean,
Yeah, that's not.
That's all
I'm
we're
not
doing.
agreeing to
Yeah.
that. It should be shall, as far as we wrote it.
Well, and looking at the minutes now, because it's y'all approved them, I had to go back. The motion was made originally by Councilman Marchman and duly seconded by Councilman Shipp to amend the membership requirements for the airport, of course, Parks and Rec, and library to be compiled of a majority of citizens who were either property owners or utility customers. That motion failed. The second motion was made by Councilman Marchman and seconded by Councilman Shipp to amend the membership requirements for the airport advisory, Parks and Rec, and library advisory boards to be compiled of a majority of citizens who are a resident, a property owner, or a utility customer of the city. And that passed 5-0.
So should.
So we already had should in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it should be should. So with that being the case, we should be able to move on it.
Yeah, we could.
So instead of shall, it should
Should
be.
be, should be.
Should,
Yeah.
okay,
Of
because I
City of
have
Castroville.
the, I do know on their applications right now, I have put down whether or not they're in the district. If they're in Medina County, that way we have an idea if they live within the city limits or if they're in the county.
Right.
And we can always add a line if you need me to.
And ultimately, would people submit their applications to be a part of any of the advisory boards? They come before council for consideration anyway. So there's an opportunity built in to give preferential treatment if it is deemed to be of value to those who are residents in the area. So, but until then, it seems locking people out.
Well, let's see.
I don't think that changes anything.
I don't either.
Yeah,
No, should, I mean, that,
Should covers it.
yeah.
and I think I have the Word document in my computer. I can change that word if that's the only word y'all are changing.
Or even really just stating that participation in advisory boards is open to individuals in the general community. Preference may be given to people who are residents in the area, property owners, utility bill payers.
All right.
Should. We go should?
Should.
Should. All right.
Any other changes?
I think we're good.
Should was,
No,
I
the
know, that
section
was the big,
two aligns with section one. so-
Correct. All right. So do I have a motion?
Did we already have,
Motion is.
we already have a motion?
Well, there's not one because
there's not?
there's no agenda report. The mayor, this was his and he didn't
Okay.
have a chance to write one.
Okay.
So it would be just to approve the ordinance with the
Should.
change. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve, or to change the ordinance to reflect the word should.
Second. Okay. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, carried. All righty. Now we're on to consider take appropriate action on applications submitted for open positions, city advisory boards and commissions.
We have a whole list here.
Yes.
We've had several, and we have a few new ones, which is always wonderful. If y'all would, it'd be easier to go by each board. And that way, we do have some folks here that you probably know them, or I invited them here in case, you had questions or you want to see their face again and see who they are, because we do have a few. Of course, Mr. Lee and his wife, Miss Suzanne, they have already spoken, and that's the airport and the library. And I can read them off if you'd like. If you want to go with the airport first, I just put them in order is how I do them.
Yep.
Kirby Turner, he is currently a member now. I have after each one of them the board itself, and so you will see their addresses, and that is he is outside the city limits. I believe he's currently the secretary of the board.
Yes. And he has a plane out there.
Yes, he is asked to be reappointed. Kenneth Lang, we've already spoke on. He's a representative on the full board for the surrounding area.
Farmers, yeah.
He's asked to be reappointed. Bob Lee is a new appointment if you so choose. And so right now we have 2 full board positions, which includes those 2 of these folks that are wanting to be reappointed, and 2 alternate positions open. We did have an alternate, and she did submit her that was on and said her schedule changed and she could not continue.
Yeah.
So, but you have their applications here. I'm not sure who's here, who's not. I don't see them. I did send out emails, and I didn't know if they could come because of the weather or not.
Yeah.
Do
We
we
wanted
read them
to-
all, or you want to do just?
You want to do one
can.
board at a time? Okay.
Yeah, just
Okay.
go down the list.
Okay. So I make a motion that we approve Kirby Turner to remain in his position number 2, Kenneth Lang remain in position number 4, and Bob Lee be in alternate number 1.
And number 1 is for the term, okay, 2028. All of these will be for the term 2028. It's a
Right.
2-year term.
Bob Lee alternate.
No, he was not on the board.
No, he wasn't on the board, but he would be
Not
filling
currently.
An alternate
an alternate
space.
position. Okay. Do I have a second?
So we're gonna
Second.
make a motion on each one of them?
Yes.
Okay. All
Each
right.
board, it makes it a little easier to write up.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any further discussion? If none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that board's done. All right, next board.
The next board is the Historic Landmark Commission, and this board has recently changed to where they're all coming in the June 30th to match the other boards. We do have 4 reappointments that has been submitted. Ms. Lori Marchman, Doug Domino, Kyle McVeigh, and Jeff Gardner. And then we have a new person, Jennifer, that is here, that has submitted her application for this board. And she may want to get up and introduce herself.
Come on up.
And Ms. Marchman's here too, if you need to talk to her again. And so, yes.
My name is Jennifer Pyamee. I have lived in Castroville for about 8 years, and I live in the historic district and have dealt with HLC requirements. And I love architecture. I love the old buildings. I built furniture and cabinetry, and I've worked in the old houses, and I understand the importance of the older homes and the whole neighborhood, and making sure that even the newer homes comply. I like to follow the rules that are set, but I would also love to see a level of efficiency enacted. I was the one that had the hole in the roof and was told to wait a month to get it fixed because I wanted to go from light gray to dark gray. So these things are personal to people, and I think that that board would be a good board for me. But I'll serve on whatever you guys want to think is right.
So, question. Oh, sorry. I saw that you had P and Z as a second choice.
Yeah, it just looked like I needed to fill it all out.
Okay.
But if you,
I'm just asking because if you don't get, we do have a gap in P and Z. That's why I'm asking.
yes, I will do what the city needs to do.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
That sounds like fun. Probably just not airport. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, no problem. No problem, ma'am. All right.
And I was going to say on the HLC, of course, you do have the 4 applications for reappointment. There is 2 alternate positions open. And then, like you said, I did try to write beside each one of them if they had a second preference. And it's interesting that a lot of them had the P&Z as a second preference. So just depending.
Hey.
Can I make a motion, or are we still
Wait.
waiting on people?
Well, Lori, did you guys know Lori?
Hi. Houston's better half.
Yes.
What's up? I enjoy working on the HLC. I enjoy learning about the historic houses in the community. I understand that there has been a change between the 69 or 96 homes that were designated for the HLC versus the district that we now have. And I am very interested in helping the code and ordinance evolve to reflect that.
Awesome. Any questions? For
I have one question, not for you. I'm good. But regarding council, so councilperson woman Nicole asked me if she thought that there was a conflict or an issue between me being on council and my wife Lori being on HLC, and I thought I would just ask since we're doing this here.
He's the liaison.
Any benefits from you being on council?
I don't think so.
There would be a conflict.
Okay.
Of course, when it comes to voting for her to be approved on there, I would just
Abstain, of course. Right.
Kyle,
Thank you.
you want to say anything? No, it's a.
I agree with Lori that HLC is just very vital, very important, and I enjoy being on it because I really believe in historic preservation and kind of leaving something in focus whenever it happens.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. I have a motion.
Yes, I'm gonna try to work through this. Okay. I'd like to recommend a motion to approve Lori Marchman into board position number 1. Jennifer Pyamee in board position number 2. Kyle McVeigh, full board position number 3, and then Jeff Gardner, full board position number 4. So that would mean that Doug DeVito would be second choice planning and so.
I do have one question though, because I thought, would we have Mr. Griggs on P&Z? We have Doug Domino on HLC. Could we flip them to give them experience on both boards? To where,
That's up to them.
Well, I would like to give Jennifer an opportunity for HLC.
of course, I
Doug
want to give her
Domino,
that, but
Planning and zoning, but that means that you would take one away from planning and zoning.
I would give them one, too.
Right, but we have two, how many positions that we have open for planning and zoning too?
We have alternates too. They barely have a quorum.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So that's why I don't want to, would recommend not to lose anybody from planning and zoning.
It would just be a new guy. It would be you'd still have one person. I mean, I'm just talking about a swap between Mr. Griggs and Doug, but no big deal.
okay. So I'm not sure.
But we're gonna add
Okay, time out.
P&Z.
Yeah.
So you're gonna,
So that would be my motion.
okay, got it.
Okay,
I'll second.
okay. Any other discussion?
I gotta abstain.
Okay. We got an abstention. All right. So we got a motion and a second. No further discussion. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? All right, carries. So Doug's now going to be on P&Z.
Well, not yet.
Well,
Till we get to that point, and then I'll also reach out to him and make sure he wants to. Even though he put second, I just will.
okay.
The next one is the Library Advisory Board.
Okay.
Miss Bertha and is it Bendetti? I probably misspelled, didn't say that correctly. She's currently on full board position number 2, and she has requested. I reached out to her. She said she was not going to attend tonight. I think because of the weather.
Mhm.
I understand that she lives outside of town. To be reappointed, and then Suzanne Lee has asked to be placed on the board. That would give them at this time 2 outside the city and 2 inside the city. So the next person that hopefully would come before this board would be a resident. You still have 2 alternate positions, and you can do one of each when we get that far. I'd love to see more people, but there's been some concerns on that board on how they're supposed to do, and I've tried to explain and said it's okay and you can still serve, and but hopefully this will, give them some stability. But right now, that's the only 2 we have as of now.
All right, entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Oh, I do have a question for you, if that's okay. Council, does the library board have the ability or authority to remove a member?
Mhm. Well, I will say this, y'all had requested that the different boards look into if anyone was not coming to their board meetings. And that was relayed to them to look at the attendance. I think in the back of this, if I'm not mistaken, I put in that they had, one lady was not coming back and she was up for, her position was only for a year. The other lady, I know, she had several obligations apparently and had not been to the last, I think, 3 or 4 meetings at least.
Right.
And that's why they went ahead and voted, and I put it in the back of this so y'all would know that's why.
So they're
there's an open-
recommending.
Yes, sir. And so that's what their recommendation is. One was not going to reapply, and then the other person apparently, and that's in their conversations between them, that she was not able to attend because of some
Actually,
obligations.
they're not recommending.
Yeah, they voted.
Yeah.
I know they voted, but
But that's their recommendation to
that's
the
their vote
council.
to make a recommendation.
That's
We
to
need
the council.
We need to clarify what we can and can't do with this.
Because technically, without our vote, she's still on library board.
And I can stick her name back on that list. It doesn't matter. I mean, that's perfectly fine with me. Her position was not up until the 2027. And so maybe she'll come one day.
Well, the removal,
but I'm just saying.
Of is
Yes.
writing on this
Yes.
statement right here. And the
Yes.
statement is the board unanimously approved the removal of 2 members of the board.
It was on their agenda to discuss, I think,
So we would need to amend our motion to do that in order to be legal. Okay.
you can, or I can put it back on the next one if you'd like, and y'all can,
No, I think we
Under
can,
consent.
I'm fine amending it.
okay,
Well, this might be valid. We don't know.
I'm sorry.
We don't know based on their bylaws whether this is accurate or not. Is that correct? Right. So if their bylaws state that they have the power to do this, then this is fine.
Yeah.
We just
I will say they followed what the council has said to make recommendations on folks that have not attended meetings after a certain length of time. Mhm.
we can
Mhm.
remove.
And that's why it's put in.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And hopefully if this lady, Ms. Bidiger, no, yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully when, I don't know what obligations it was, maybe she can come back and resubmit her application at a later date.
So we just amend the motion and by name, we remove and accept.
Or
And then
accept
clean
their
up that.
recommendation.
Right.
Okay, so amend your.
Well, I didn't even make a full.
Sorry,
Not
I
yet.
interrupted.
I was gonna say, I got-
Motion on the table.
All right, all
I'll go
right,
first.
all right, so.
No.
So you don't have to amend it.
Yeah.
Here you go. Okay, paper and rock. No. Here. All right. I make a motion to approve. I should do the removal first. I make what's the other name? Or do I have to remove her?
No,
because her
the other
term is
person,
up?
and I'll say this, the other person was up for reappointment if she wanted to, and she said, I'm not going
She
to
declined.
submit my application.
So I just have to,
Yeah.
okay, Ms.
Yes, sir.
Bidiger. Okay, so I make a motion that we, council, remove Sherry Bidiger from the library board and approve Bertha Bendetti and Susan Lee to appoint the library board.
And
So are we putting Bertha back in position number 2 and Susan in position 4?
And the Marca?
She didn't reapply.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No, she didn't.
Okay.
So Miss Suzanne will go in 4, is that correct? Position 4? Okay, got it.
Okay. Any other discussion? No? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
Okay,
next board. All right,
Right there.
now we're on parks.
yes. On parks, we have Adriana Arrington Calk. She is currently in position number 2, full board. She'd like to be reappointed. Kyle McVeigh has requested to also, she's a full board member on number 3, to be reappointed. This board does not, when y'all change the criteria for the planning and zoning and HLC, this just is not a conflict if you choose to reappoint Ms. McVeigh to the park board. And as of now, that's the only 2 I have. There is 3 full board positions. 1 is already open. And so these 2 would put back. So you'd still have 1 full board position and 2 alternates open.
Okay.
If you hear of someone.
All right, entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to appoint Adriana Arrington Calk, position 2, Kyle McVeigh, position 3, Parks and Recreation Advisory Board.
Okay, I have a second. Okay, any discussion? No? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, good with that one?
Okay, on the planning and zoning, we do have 2 members that have requested to be reappointed at this time, Troy Griggs and Brian Griffin. Also, I'm assuming Mr. DeMonte, no, what's his name?
Domino.
I'm thinking, I don't know, DeMonte, sorry. Domino would be the 3rd person you would be looking at to put on the planning and zoning. If you so choose to put him on there, I will reach out to him and verify that he will serve. And there's 4 full board positions totally, including these 2. And then you have 2 alternates open at this time.
All right, do I have a motion?
Let me look at this. Sorry, let me get to it.
It's your turn.
Nicole hasn't made a motion. Nicole, both ready to go. There we go.
All right.
All right. So I make a motion that we accept Troy Griggs for board position number 2 for planning and zoning, as well as Brian Griffin for board position number 2, and the Mr. Domino for, is it alternate or full board?
There's a full board, position number 4 is till 2027. There's also position number 5. At this time, that would be for 2028. At this point in your package, it does have Marcus Fuentes. I have reached out to him to see if he's going to resubmit. I have not heard back from him. And so you can put someone in that position if you wish, and then he could always put his
Right,
application in.
but if Doug's on HLC, he can't be on P and Z.
No, but you took him off of HLC.
We did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I missed that.
Well,
We
y'all
put
did put him
Jenny
at an alternate position, so.
Yeah.
Doug had an alternate position?
Well, I'm sorry, not alternate. His alternate choice was P and Z.
Yeah.
Right,
So,
I got that.
yes,
Full board too.
we didn't put him on HLC.
Jennifer was
Okay.
position. And then
You didn't move him down to alternate,
move over to
so
PZ.
he's
That
off.
was his second choice.
So either if you wish, you can put him in position 4, that would be for a year, or you can move him to position 5, because by rights it's open, and that would be for a 2-year term, 2028. As of the other two. The other two are for till 2028. It's up to you.
To follow up on that, be inclined to recommend that Mr. Domino be in position 5 for a 2-year term for the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. That carries. All righty.
And we got Zoning Board of Adjustments. We have 2 members right now that are looking to be reappointed. We do need some folks on this board. They meet very seldom. It's only when someone is needing a variance. Joe Holzhaus, which is currently in position 1. He's seeking reappointment. And then Robbie Kelker is in full board position number 3. He's requesting to be reappointed. He did put a second choice as P and Z. So, depending on what y'all wish to do. But he is on the Zoning Board of Adjustments at this time. And we have 3 full board positions, including these 2, and an alternate open. And to be honest, we need these folks on here, even though we don't ever meet. If we have something come up, we won't have a quorum. So.
Is there a reason why, like the zoning board of adjustments, why they couldn't be on two boards? Like we have other folks on 2 boards?
Well, some of it that for the Zoning Board of Adjustments, of course, it's a variance to the ordinances and such. And so really, if it's in a historic district, that person has to go to the HLC first.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was something like that, they can approve it upon contingents of the zoning board if it's something to do with a variance from setbacks or something, whatever it is. Planning and zoning, I think there is something in there that they cannot serve on that. Yeah. And the zoning board, because it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
So it either has to be one or the other.
All right.
So we just need a motion.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to put Joe Holzhaus into position number 1 and Robbie Kelker to position number 3.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? No? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. That carries.
Thank y'all.
All right.
We'll hopefully have some more. If you hear of anyone, we need folks.
Yes, ma'am. All righty. Next, consider and take appropriate action to approve an ordinance amending ordinance number 2025-020, comprehensive fee schedule to formally incorporate a 10% senior citizen discount for eligible residential solid waste customers 65 years and older. All right. I know we've been discussing this one a lot.
I was going to say, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Y'all
You
approved this
approved it.
back on June 9th, and so this is just an approval of the ordinance to make it
Official?
Yeah, it had to
Okay,
stay
do I have a motion?
I move to approve ordinance number 2025-020, amending ordinance, same number, the city's comprehensive fee schedule to formally incorporate the previously approved 10% senior citizen discount for eligible residential solid waste customers 65 years of age and older, as presented.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that passed. All righty. Now, last one. Consider take appropriate action on resolution number R 2026. amending resolution number R2025-008 to designate Mayor Bruce Alexander as the authorized grantee official for Operation Lone Star Grant number 5395501.
I was going to say, I will insert these numbers of the ordinance and this resolution once you pass it.
Okay.
And Mayor Person, this is just removing Scott Dixon as the authorized official and naming Mayor Alexander as the authorized official.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion. I move to approve resolution R2026,
Just leave it. Amending.
amending resolution 2025-008 to designate Mayor Bruce Alexander as authorized grantee official for Operation Lone Star Grant number 5395501.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? No? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? All right. It's approved. All righty. So now, discussion on future agenda items. Anybody have any future agenda items?
Tobin, you do.
I do?
DOC,
Oh,
EDC, I mean.
yeah. Do we want to do that yet?
Well, I was asked a good question with the wonderful flooding and everything potential. Where's our shelter?
Again,
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I can tell you originally, the city hall is the shelter when it was first, because it's on this side of the river.
Right.
And then the other side, it was the airport. So, I mean, as far as
But nobody's been able to provide any documentation reflecting that.
okay.
We have. So I think the police chief, since he's our
He is.
Right.
Emergency preparedness, he needs to give us a presentation
I
to
think-
council.
Yeah, before we have discussion about
Correct.
it, I think we need to
We need
figure
a-
out what's
Correct.
what's
Where we're at
Yeah.
and everything like that.
workshop kind of thing, or like we're
That,
all
yeah,
together?
yeah, workshop, because that way we can hammer out everything, go through the plan and make sure everybody's on the same page.
Okay.
So emergency management review,
Mhm.
plan review,
Plan review.
and the county's going to come?
It
'Cause
should
that's who
be
we go under.
Emergency Operations Center,
Yes.
EOC.
Yeah, it would be good to have the gentleman from the county be there too.
We should have a rep out of Hondo.
And
Yes,
then
'cause we're
also-
under them.
Yeah, and since right now I know the control center set up at the fire department because they've been at their annex, have Chief Cook there as well. That way we have a full complement and we can ask all of our questions and get everything.
Next agenda item too, I'd like to relook at the ordinance with the designation of the no truck routes because we did not complete that. And then I will have to say I dislike how we handled Fiorella Friday and how it was voted today. So that needs to come back to council because now we got to talk about operations.
Mhm.
And I will be a little bit more vocal. Jonah, I'm sorry that you were put on the spot without being just spoken to first. That was not right. So we definitely need to bring some actions back to council.
Mhm.
If not have a workshop in between or prior to the next.
Agree.
Yes, ma'am.
I got one.
Yes, sir.
And
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I just want to make sure, okay, you want to bring back the no truck route,
Yes.
review that ordinance,
Yes,
correct?
review it.
Okay, and then have some, put on the Fiorella Friday operations for discussion. Okay.
I would like, and this ordinance, forgive me, I don't have the lyrics down yet, but words. We need to, I want to discuss and design a possible ordinance to where we're defining by national holiday, meaning Memorial Day, Veterans Day, 4th of July, what the city is going to do with flags, et cetera, from September Square to Fiorella to that. So everybody knows what's going on. Like they go up on this day, they come down on this day, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. There's no guesswork and no last minute.
Okay, so holiday flag display?
Yes.
Okay.
For
We already
those
have a
three.
schedule, had to put a schedule together with all that
Yes.
logistics on there, so we can certainly share it with you.
Yeah, that would work. That'd be great. And then it will make it an ordinance. Is the thought.
Procedure.
Okay.
Do we have procedure? Okay.
Anything else? All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So stated.
I'll motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, please be careful going home, everybody.
Okay, there is a meeting Monday at 3
Yes,
p.m.
Monday, 3 p.m., we have a meeting. Executive session.